It always catches you saying we're live.
Oh, does it? Dang, I was hoping it wouldn't catch me this time.
You don't
I'm
have to
going.
tell me. I see it in the corner.
See, I wasn't sure if you would see it, so I'm like, oh, is he going to start the show or am I going to start the show? Because now that we're live, we don't have that little. You starting?
Yeah.
Starting? Well, hello, everyone.
Hi. Welcome. Oh, where are we? Who are we?
We
uh,
are queers and soaps today.
yeah. Our background's wrong, by the way.
That is very true. And now it's correct. I'm like Samantha from Bewitched.
So something exciting happened today.
I've been waiting April 2010 to learn that we would get another Scream.
The new Scream trailer dropped today.
And oh my God, did it drop?
I think I've watched it like 5 times because I wanted to make sure I knew what I saw.
Mm-hmm. I did like that they said just because you see it in the trailer doesn't mean it's actually like they had a lot of great footage is what they said, and they just so if they think if this is great, then I can't imagine what the movie's going to be
like. The girl that they showed pretty much die in the trailer. I'm assuming she's going to be the opening kill.
Well, I've some people have dissected the trailer, and they point out like they don't think she's actually the opening kill. This may be the one time someone survives the opening kill.
Ooh, that could be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Loved Sydney getting the phone call and Dewey saying, "Do you own a gun?" And she said, "I'm Sydney Prescott. Of course, I own a gun."
I love how Matt like each season, the third film, which I'm a fan of. I don't care what anyone says. I love the third Scream. I feel like that's where Sydney felt like her weakest. Like she was strong in the second one, and then by the fourth one, she was powerful again. And this one, I feel like you don't mess with this one.
She was strong in Scream 3, but she was in hiding. It wasn't until she was confronted and like with the killer that she kind of stepped up.
Well, I mean, I feel like she was more running. Like Scream 3 was her running away from it, trying to
disappear.
Yeah. But Dewey looks like he's been through some trouble. I'm assuming a divorce, because that house did not look up to Gail Weather standards. I'm just saying.
So you had mentioned before the trailer even came out that you think Dewey's going to die in this one. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I think you might be onto something because there was a very quick snippet in the trailer of Gail having an emotional reaction to a crime scene. And I'm wondering if it's Dewey being dead.
I just feel like it's, as much as I don't want to admit that one of them should die, I just feel like that's until one of them dies, you don't feel like anything's being risked.
Yes.
Like when they killed Randy, it's like, oh my gosh, they killed someone from anyone could still die.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm thinking it's.
I hate for it to happen, but if Gail and Dewey had to die, either one of them die in this one and the other one dies in the next one, fine. But Neve Campbell needs to be in every Scream movie. I'm sorry. Sydney needs to be in every Scream movie.
I mean, at this point, if Dewey doesn't die, he's got to have a mental break at some point. I mean, he's kind of the Randy now.
There was also a scene that was really quick of somebody in a wheelchair, but it was the back of their head, and I couldn't tell who it was, and I kind of wondered if it was Dewey, but I wasn't sure.
I mean, Dewey's got that Michael Myers kind of thing going on where you just can't kill him.
He's also getting older, and he's been injured. He's not going to be able to take on these youngins for much longer.
I'm shocked he can move after everything he's been through. But in the description, it seems like he's not sheriff either because they labeled Judy Hicks as Sheriff Judy Hicks.
Maybe he's a commissioner or a sergeant.
He's okay.
That's what they do on days when they make somebody else like they just move. Like Roman made his way through the ranks.
Now Abe's mayor.
Yeah.
Someone said they noticed a wedding ring on Sydney's hand.
Oh yeah.
I haven't went back and looked, but I was like, okay.
So somebody said, one of the new people said in the trailer, all of the victims were related to the original people.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm like,
Well,
now I'm going off this theory that
I was wondering if that was kind of like when Sydney was the one being targeted, all the victims were related to her. So I think maybe they're talking about Samantha, who it seems like she's the new Sydney. All the victims would be related to her probably if this killer is following the same pattern.
Oh, see, I took it literally like they're related by blood somehow to the original victims.
Okay. I didn't take it that way. So
that's how I took it. Who knows?
I still believe
my head started spinning. I was like going off of that theory we talked about that Sydney got pregnant from Billy and she gave the child up, and now he's back to kill her.
I really think Billy had it may not be Sydney's, but I feel like Billy had a kid somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if it was Sydney's, the child would be about 24, so that adds up.
I've also had a theory, and I don't know. I'm sure someone else has thought of this too. But what if Billy and Judy Hicks had a kid, but she kind of kept it hidden?
You just want Judy Hicks to be bigger than she is. I don't care about Judy Hicks.
It's just that way she looked at Sydney, like she wanted Sydney's life, and you know how she had that look in her eye, like we were in school together.
Yeah, that weird scene in Scream 4 when she's in the shadows.
Yeah. There had to be more to that. Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson always had a reason for everything they did.
Maybe, but I don't really care about her.
If I'm right, I'm so gonna
come back. Take her lemon squares and go shove it. I don't care.
Come back on January 15th when we'll do a special episode.
So yeah, and then I loved how it ended with the killer saying, "Hello, Sydney. It's an honor." I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be so good."
I know.
And then I was like, okay, what if that stupid fan theory that Stu never died is true?
I don't think that's true. Mm-mm.
And they're back in Stu's house.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that house was sold by then. Would you keep, if your son murdered like a lot of his friends? I mean, every time, if I walked out to the garage, all I'd ever see would be the girl in the cat door.
I know, but it's hard to sell a house when somebody, because you're supposed to say, I think in California, if somebody died in it, never mind multiple people died in it.
It's an Airbnb. That's what it is. The kids stay there, because of Woodsboro,
All right, now that we've talked about Scream for 10 minutes.
I don't know. I'm really excited. When I shared the Scream trailer with like pretty much everyone I knew. It's like the first message I got from you this morning. Scream trailer drops in 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I was like, I know. I can't wait. John's like, why isn't it Scream 5 if it's I was like, all right, let me explain. They're trying to bring in new viewers without scaring them away with the number 5.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what they're trying to do because, after so long, people are just like, another one. But,
Well, maybe since it's supposed to be like the start of a new trilogy, maybe, or a new franchise, they won't call the next one Scream 2, or they'll just call it Scream and then have it like Halloween Kills. They'll call it Scream and then have another sentence or something.
Oh, I forget we have this chat option. James says hello. The trailer looks great.
Hi, James.
Not just suspenseful. And then he's yelling at me to look at the chat. And I did, finally.
All right. Well, now that this has been the longest opening ever, we spent 10 minutes talking about a 3-minute trailer or 2-minute trailer.
Some people go longer than that, so I think we did good.
Tonight we're talking about Dawson's Creek Season 1, Episode 11, The Scare, written by Kevin Williamson, so there's the Scream connection, so we weren't totally off topic. So roll the credits and we'll get into it.
All right, we're back.
Right.
This episode of Dawson's Creek has a lot of screen. It starts out showing I know what you did last summer, which was written by Kevin Williamson. So I thought that was fun. And they showed my favorite chase scene ever. I forgot that was in there. Can't help it. Sarah Michelle Gellar just has the best chase scenes.
And I know I'm nitpicking, but that's what I do. When they showed the TV, they were showing things out of order. Like they were showing her chase scene, and then they showed Elsa's death scene as if it was Sarah Michelle Gellar. And then you continue to hear Sarah Michelle Gellar screaming.
I know, but I loved it.
But whatever. It's TV. You do what you gotta do. I also noticed that Dawson had the I Know What You Did Last Summer movie poster hanging.
He had the Scream 1 too.
Did he?
Yep. It was behind the bed.
Huh. I feel like that was strategically placed just for this episode because he usually only has Steven Spielberg posters.
Oh, yeah, of course. Kevin Williamson was like, look, I got 2 hit movies and a hit TV show.
Self-promotion.
That sounds like something I would do.
I gotta say, like, watching this episode, well, first of all, thank God that the original opening credits, the theme song, is back. Okay. It gave me all the feels.
I noticed something funny because I have my captions on when I watch it. The caption to the song is the Canadian version. Like the captions are.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, that's not the words.
Well, something I noticed, something was off with the theme song. I don't know if it was a different part of the song or if it was a different version of it, but for some reason it sounded slightly off to me, and it just wasn't jarring with the images I was seeing I don't know. I could be maybe because it's been so long since I've heard the original, but something just felt off. I have to go listen to my DVD version and then go back and watch that and see if it matches.
I know this isn't in context with the show, but I was like, ooh, Tommy, me, John, and Greg need to go to Wilmington and film our own intro like that, just on the beach.
Well, then we got to bring a 5th because somebody has to record us.
I thought about that too. It's like, dang it, we'll just set out a tripod. I'll make it work.
They were really laying it on thick, though, the whole Dawson, Joey, like, underlying connection. I totally fell for it back in the day. Pacey was not even an option until season 3. I was definitely the right age when the show came out because hormones were flying. I was emotional. Like, they got me. They knew their audience.
This show is one of the reasons why I thought when I got to teenage years, I was like, I don't look like average teenagers. Because all the TV shows I watch, they're all like grown adults. And here I am, this short, chubby guy. And I was just like, I don't look like the characters from One Tree Hill or not, Dawson's Creek. Why am I so underdeveloped? I'm looking down there like mid-20s playing. It's like, oh, that would
be. So Dawson is playing pranks on all his friends, except for Jen,
who is really upset about it. I'm just like, girl.
I think they've only been broken up for an episode or 2, so that's why he's kind of like hesitant.
I loved when she told him, like, swear to God. He's like, but you don't believe in God. I just thought that was so funny.
Cliff,
who is our Scream 3 killer,
Do you think that's why he was casted? Because Kevin was like, "Oh, I know an actor
who kind of already played a little crazy for that, because in that episode he was sending the notes and call. So he had oh, how funny, he's the one that called Jen doing the Scream thing, and then he ends up being in Scream 3. I love when Jen went.
You can tell it's his voice on the phone.
Yeah, but I love when Jen said, when he's like, what's your name? She's like, ooh, Drew Barrymore.
It was a decent fake out for a TV show.
Oh yeah, and I like they had that whole that serial killer that was really a serial killer in the background, like a B plot.
Yeah. The way Jen swung around with a knife in her hand, though, when her grandmother was behind her, she could have like sliced her grandmother. She spun around real wide with that knife.
She did really good, though. I thought that was very well acted.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably why she got cast in Halloween H2O, which Kevin Williamson also wrote.
Did he?
He did.
Oh. Mm-hmm. That's probably why I like it so much. Good to know. I haven't seen that movie in years.
I haven't either. I feel like I need to watch it.
Well, Kyle really hasn't seen any of the Halloween movies, so maybe I'll do a marathon with him. And we'll skip Resurrection. Or I'll just show him the first 10 minutes of Resurrection and then skip the rest.
You're like, oh, she did.
That's it. You saw the movie.
That's how it goes until they move into an alternate reality.
So I like the whole finger being the French fry prank that he did on Pacey. He did it so obviously in front of them, though. Like, did they not see it, or were they just like waiting for Pacey to like get pranked?
I don't know. He does his pranks like I would, like, oh, I'll steal John's phone, and he'll be like, "I saw you." I was like, "No, you didn't."
So me what?
Exactly. What can I say?
Greg will do that. He'll be like, "What?" I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "What?"
The most melodramatic thing of this whole episode, though, was when Cliff goes to Jen's ex-boyfriend to ask for advice on dating Jen, and then goes to Dawson's house.
Yeah.
Which I don't think Clifford was supposed to be very smart.
No, he was a football player. I know that much. Not that football players are dumb. If there's any football players watching, good for you.
Welcome to our team. No, just kidding. There could be straight guys could watch us too. I knew the moment Graham was like Jen said, drooling over him. I was like, oh yeah, Jen don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it works in real life too. If the mom, the grandparents like the person,
you lose interest.
Mm-hmm. That's why my mom and I, we never told my sister if we liked one of her boyfriends.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. One time I said, let's try reverse psychology. I'm going to say I like him so that maybe he'll leave.
Did it work?
No, this one was trouble, so he stuck around for a little bit. The ones who are trouble always stick around for a bit. They don't have a guest starring role. They have a full-on arc.
So before we get into the party, there was the whole scene where Pacey, Joey, and Dawson go to the market or gas station, beer distributor, whatever.
Gas station, because if that's their market, man, that's a small town. Because that was small.
It's probably like a deli, bodega, gas station. I think it was a gas station. Pacey stole his family's car, which I think he hotwired because he didn't have the keys.
I love when he's like, you don't steal from family, you borrow.
And it's so interesting because he's like is his dad a cop or just his brother?
No, his dad's a cop too.
So he's like the sheriff's son.
I think he's the sheriff's son, and then his brother becomes the sheriff.
Yeah.
Later on.
So the woman that Pacey meets in the store, have you watched My So-Called Life ever?
Yes.
Do you remember Claire Danes' like kooky best friend Rayanne? The blonde, she's very free spirited.
Yeah.
That's not her, but she reminds me
I was
of
like,
that character. It's not her. She gives me like Rayanne vibes.
Okay, I was about to be so confused. Like, I'm gonna have to go rewatch it because that girl looks nothing like what I remember.
No, it's not her. She was crazy.
I'm sorry. If I see two people fighting, I'm gonna call the law and let them handle it, not pick up the girl.
I like how she's like, "You want me to score you some booze?" And she just puts it in her purse.
I was gonna be like, we need to give the cashier some money so that I don't feel guilty.
And then Joey was in the car by herself and was approached by the real lady killer.
And man, was he creepy.
So then they go back to the house and they're trying to have a seance. And
see, I'm smart. One time I went for an interview. This is off topic, but we're always off topic. And someone was knocking on my window, and I rolled it down just a little bit because you don't ever roll it down far enough for them to stick their hand in. And she's like, "Can I get a ride?" I went, "No." And she's like, "Why? I need a ride." I was like, "Because I don't give ride to strangers." Like, I was so dramatic. She hit my car.
She hit it?
Like, started hitting it.
Oh.
I was like, "See, this is why you need to get And I just continued backing up and leaving.
Like, if this is how you're acting now, how are you going to act when you're in my vehicle?
Exactly. But that's why, you can be, you can go donate money, do something like that. Be careful of strangers. Stranger danger. But back to,
and again, this woman was pretty wild. With her getting scared, she would like freak out and be like, "This is awesome." The lights go out, and at first you think it's like a real thing, but then you find out Dawson put a timer on everything.
I didn't know you could. I guess I'm not smart enough to do that. I would never.
You can, because I put a timer on my Christmas lights for outside. So.
Well, I know that, but not a fuse box. Can you put it on a fuse box?
I would assume you can, because that's part of
Dawson
the fuse box.
I don't know. I'm not an electrician.
So Joey and Jen decided to play a prank on Dawson and have a dead Joey fall out of the closet, all bloodied.
I wish Jim would have.
I thought she was dead.
You did? Huh.
Well, I was like 12 or 13. I didn't know.
I wish Jim would have took some of the blood and went, corn syrup. Just to kind of have another scream scream shout out.
Yeah. The girl's boyfriend ends up coming to the house, and that was a little bit thrilling because he was like bashing glass and.
I know, but I'm sorry, when Joey hits him over the head with that metal frying pan or whatever she had, there's no way he survived 4 hits.
Yeah, she got him from the back of the head, the front, and then she was consistently hitting him. And then the girlfriend, who was so terrified, was like, "Don't hit him, get away from him."
And she rolls him over, and it's just, oh. I'm like, no, you should be dead.
Yeah.
That's the one part where this episode where I was just like, really? Like, we can play with reality, that's fine. But if you hit someone 4 or 5 times in the head with a pan like that.
Unless Joey didn't really have much force behind it, I don't know.
Well, she had to have enough. She picked it up. Those type of pans are technically not the lightest.
No, they're like cast iron.
Well, and she works at a restaurant, so she got strength.
That's true. All right.
Why,
Point
are we
made.
talking about that?
Point made.
Point made. Next. I loved when she's like, "Oh, sorry about the damage. Come to the bowling alley. I'll give you a discount on shoes."
Like before that, she was like, "These kids are crazy."
Oh.
And Jen finds out that Cliff was the one that sent her the note, the phone call, which turns her off even more.
And then he's like, "Can I give you a kiss?" And she's like, He's just boom. I'm like, dude. She
And then Graham sees it, and she's like, "Oh, I'll leave you guys alone. It's fine."
I know. If that would have been anyone else, Graham's would have been like, Jennifer. Yeah, I loved anytime she got upset with Jennifer. Jennifer.
When they left, and she said, "Have her home by midnight," I felt like that was a little late, and I thought that was going to be followed up with like, "She must like you. You usually have to be home by 9 or 10."
Yeah.
I love him.
It's because he was a church boy. He sees him at church. Let me tell you, I know some church boys. They haven't always been the nicest ones to be around.
I felt bad for Grams when Jen gave her the note that popped the what was it?
The whatever that was where she lifted it.
Safety pin that pops. I was like, why would you do that to Graham?
I was kind of like, okay, see, now this is why Grams doesn't like Dawson.
No, she doesn't like Dawson because that girl's been climbing in his window.
Which when they probably got together, at some time in the house, she was probably like, see, I told you. Right there than just friends. I do love Grams, though.
And then Dawson and Joey have a heart-to-heart where he admits that like her being dead would really upset him.
Or if she was to die.
And it's like I don't care in a love way. I just care in like a you're my best friend way. Okay.
So let's hop in bed together. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at this point they're 15 and they don't see anything wrong with sharing a twin-size bed. That's probably a full. But still.
Yeah, it looked a little bigger than a twin. I had a twin-size bed at one point. Those are not comfortable if there's more than one person.
I know. And that's pretty much the episode. Any other points you want to make about it?
No, if I'm giving it a grade, A. It's very, Dawson's Creek was very, very, it was a great show.
I give it an A too. It's one of my favorite episodes. It's very entertaining.
Because I think of that season, my favorite ones are, I love the hurricane episode. I love this one. Of course, the pilot, because the pilot's what starts it all. And then they had a good season finale too, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's another episode I really enjoy.
Is it the Breakfast Club type one? Because Abby's in there and she's being Abby. Man, I don't mind that they killed her off. I wish she was on there just a little bit longer though.
Mm-hmm. I like that episode also because when they sneak out to go to the gym and they peek in on the library and watching her stories, she's watching Days of Our Lives. And it's a scene of Sammy's blackmailing Kate for being a hooker, like Stefano's hooker.
It's sad that when we watch this and we see the episodes they're playing, we're like, oh, I know that episode.
And she's just like watching it, like eating popcorn.
Oh, that's been a good job to have.
But yeah, I'd give it an A also. I think it was a good episode. So next week on Queers and Soaps, we're going to be covering One Tree Hill.
Yay.
Is it a Halloween episode or is it just a costume party?
I
Season
think
3.
it's just the cost. No, it may be Halloween because that's the beginning of senior year, so it would fall around Halloween.
Okay, so we'll call it Halloween.
It's a costume part. They're dressed up.
Yeah. So that's season 3. I don't know the episode number. Do you?
It's within the first 6, I think.
All right, I'll figure it out before Queers Night Out on Monday so we can announce it.
Which on Queers Night Out, we're going to be reviewing the new Halloween Kills.
Which comes out this Friday. And if you can't make it to movie theaters, it's streaming on Peacock. Yeah, so that's what's coming up. And don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend. If you're feeling generous, you can donate to the podcast on Venmo.
I'm trying to Vanna White it, but it doesn't work that way.
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
And until next week, we will see you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.